on Tuesday night. Atmosphere in Ball Arena was electric. We expect more of the same in a capacity crowd. And yes, the Joker will be present for Game 2. As we welcome you inside Ball Arena and NBA courtside. Eastern Conference Finals started last night in Boston, and the Heat stay hot, winning Game 1 on the road. Game 2 tomorrow night also will be back in Boston. And hello, everyone. Along with Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy, Mike Breen on hand. Lisa Salters with us as well. Game 1, we were headed towards a blowout, but it turned into be a thriller. And after the game, both coaches felt there were some real positives, but both also had real concerns. Let's start with Denver. Great win, no doubt about it, Mark. But even Michael Malone said that we need to play a heck of a lot better in Game 2. What has to be better?
Well, the most important thing, they've got to be ready and prepared to counterpunch. Whatever the Lakers decide to do, responding to the mishaps in Game 1, they have to be locked and loaded and prepared to make the proper adjustments. And what a luxury to have a guy that has all the answers to any question presented. That's Nikola Jokic, and the job that he does on a nightly basis for this Denver Nuggets team, leading the transition. You decide to double coverage him, making plays, putting guys in position to finish and score. Effective and efficient. Again, you decide to single coverage him. Win your matchup. Dominate if they're going to play you one-on-one. One-on-one means be aggressive. Don't be passive looking to score. And look at this one. Anthony Davis, this is good defense, but better offense. He's been absolutely rolling, not just in Game 1, but take a look at his numbers the last 5 ball games. 35 plus, 65% from the field, 13 and 13. He is flat out getting it done.
Oh, he's been absolutely phenomenal. But they do have significant alterations to their plan so that they can get out and dominate in transition like they did in the first half. They have to make sure they limit the number of times they switch pick and rolls involving LeBron James, where he can then back in smaller perimeter players like Jamal Murray and pound the paint over and over and get these same players in foul trouble. If they can stay out of these type of situations and not put the Lakers on the free throw line, they can dominate in transition where the Lakers are at their weakest defensively. In the first half, 17 transition points, beautiful job of sharing the ball. But unfortunately for Denver, they only had opportunities to score 2 transition points in the second half.
With more in Denver right now, let's check in with Lisa Salters. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Mike. Well, Denver won the game, but what the Nuggets have heard for the last 2 days is that somehow it's the Lakers who walked away from Game 1 with all of the momentum because of the way they were able to come back. Not true, says Michael Malone. He said he told his team, we put up 132 points against the #1 ranked defense in these playoffs. The most points the Lakers had given up this entire postseason. And in fact, it's the most allowed by a Lakers playoff team since Game 1 of the 1985 Finals versus Boston. That says a lot about our offense, Malone said. And when you watch the film of Game 1, he said, we didn't defend anybody in the second half. He said after the first quarter, he didn't think his team played very good basketball at all. So to be able to see everything they did poorly, and yet they still won the game, that, Mike, has these Nuggets feeling pretty good about themselves.
Thank you, Lisa. Best for the Lakers, Jeff. No, certainly it was a great comeback, but they did fall short. This, you take away the obvious, they have to start better. What has to change for the Lakers to even things up tonight?
Well, to win hard-fought road playoff games, you've got to do the hard things. And that involves sprinting back in transition and setting your defense. And secondly, rebounding the basketball. The Bucks were dominated on the board, 47-30. LeBron James and Anthony Davis combined for 22 rebounds in 82 minutes. The other 6 Lakers had 8 rebounds, 8 in 158 minutes. Like Hubie Brown said, if you're not back and you're not on the board, where are you? And they better be somewhere tonight other than hanging around midcourt.
The great Hubie Brown, that is.
That is.
But I tell you what, your best players also have to be at their best. And in Game 1, LeBron James and Anthony Davis was absolutely stellar after a slow start. You have to have those guys winning their matchup. You're going to put smaller guys on them. This is the type of impact that they have to have. And if they play this way, the Lakers are going to win more times than not. Most importantly, got to the free throw line. They were stellar in Game 1, Mike.
All right, Mark. The teams are ready. The crowd is ready. We're ready. Let's right now go back to the studio. Check back in with Mike Greenberg.
Mike, thank you very much. We, too, are ready after a fabulous fourth quarter, and that game was decided late. Both teams shot the lights out, and in the end, it was the Nuggets able to hold on to enough of the big lead they had amassed. What will be the factor that decides tonight's game, too?
Well, I think Vanderbilt's defense or lack thereof on Jamal Murray can be the determining factor, because I expect Jokic to find a way to get his, but who's going to help him? No matter who else helps him, he seems to thrive and flourish when it's Jamal Murray who pulls it off.
What the Lakers decide to do against Joker, I agree with Jalen's strategy. We've seen it work in a game. Will they do it again? But there's also going to be something that we have no anticipation of. Just like we had no idea that Rui Hachimura was going to be put in that role brilliantly by Darvin Ham late in the game. I'm sure he wished he'd done it a little earlier. Something's going to come up like that tonight where people have to react.
Well, the one adjustment that isn't going to happen is the Nuggets have nobody that can guard AD. And that's when he was playing the 5. This time, he's going to be playing a lot of 4 defensively, so to speak, because he's not going to be guarding Jokic, which is going to stop the ebbs and flows of him scoring a big game and having a game off offensively. I think that's going to be a key to keep him fresh, but also keep him out of foul trouble.
And LeBron's going to put up big numbers tonight.
LeBron's going to score 30 tonight. He's going to come out and be very aggressive looking to shoot the ball.
I'd love to see Jokic on AD, because AD doesn't one up against that body. He'll score and attack him, but usually from the perimeter as opposed to being in the interior. I like that.
Thank you for watching NBA Courtside. Coming up next, it's Game 2 of the West Final from Denver here on ESPN.